An island is just a jungle surrounded by water. And I've been in many jungles. Like if you're in the Congo or in Angola, you're in a jungle with no beach.
Yeah.
Here I've got the advantage. I've got the beach, I've got the fish, I've got even pastry being delivered by the sea. I mean, it's perfect, you know. You know, I had some great experiences just over a year ago in Africa, and probably next year in Africa. I like it.
Africa.
Yeah.
But you live in Asia.
I live in Asia. I mean, obviously, now I'm an Andorran national. My wife is Andorran, my son's Andorran. Originally, whatever, but really I'm from the world. But now we live as a family in Thailand.
Yes.
But I spend my life traveling. I just like doing different things.
Otherwise you get bored.
I get bored. I like doing anything which has a form of calculated risk to it. And here, you know, you have all this fruit, the whole island, everything.
Not so much risk here.
Not so much risk, but listen, the menu's very cheap, very reasonable. Well, I made my first £1 million by the time I was 21. You know, I owned some of the biggest boats, some of the biggest houses, the Rolls Royces, everything you want to own in the world, I've owned it. But I'm as happy here on the island, if not happier. I flew here business class because there was no first class. With Malaysian Air. So hopefully they're still flying when I go back. But no, a lot of the time it's a joke because I will fly business or first class to where I'm going just because I don't want to be wound up on the way there. And then when I get there, I live in a container, I live in a tent, I live under a plastic sheet. You know, I've stayed in the best 5-star hotels that are in the world. And I've stayed in some of the, probably the worst jungles in the world. There's not a lot of choose between some of them. You don't have to be rich to stay here, and you don't have to be poor. You just have to be willing to accept what it is. Here I can't blame the chef. If the cooking is bad, it's down to me. Listen, if coconuts were $1,000 each, people would think they were a delicacy and they'd all be wanting them. It's only because they're cheap, people don't want them. I don't get bitten by mosquitoes now, you see. I never put mosquito spray, the ants, they don't really worry me. And big ants here.
Here,
the interior.
but not in this area.
On this area, no, but on the interior there's some very big, as I say, if you're going to worry about these ants and mosquitoes, you're really going to have a nightmare time.
Yeah, but you're very lucky with the mosquitoes.
Yeah, I know, my wife would tell you that. She hates it.
Because all of them are going to her, no?
Yeah. I mean, we used to lie on the beach off Thailand and the ants would climb over me to get to her.
Let's see. How about the swimming?
I don't swim.
You are on a desert island?
Yeah, but I've been...
You love, and you were a sailor? Actually, you got a sailing boat?
Yeah, no, I've been sailing for a large majority of my life. But listen, the best captain to go with is one who doesn't swim. He takes less risks. But I always have a safety harness on if I'm on a ship. And look, I don't swim. I'm single-handed sailing. I'm in the middle of the Atlantic. I'm better I don't swim. I die straight away rather than swimming for maybe one day, struggling before I die. So wear a safety harness. It has to be a sort of challenge. You've got to be able to find some water, find some food, you know, make some shelter if you have to. Yeah, and something to explore. If I want the beach, I go to Costa del Sol. I don't really swim. I don't use suntan lotion. I'm not going to lie on the beach and get sunburned. My day is spent with, okay, I get up, what time am I going to go fishing? Okay, I'm going to go fishing maybe 2 in the morning. Okay, so if I'm going to go fishing at 2 in the morning, maybe I sleep on the shade for a few hours in the day. I get some jackfruit, I get everything ready, I get some coconuts, I get everything ready for when I go fishing. The fire's ready to get light,
Mm.
I then go, I explore around the island, I see what there is, I see if the tide has brought me any more food to eat to go with mine. And this is a nice way to spend the day. It's nice. There's all this interior too. It's not that big, this island, but listen, you go exploring it.
And if you have the chance, you can play with the stock market.
Yeah, you can play with the stock market, but unfortunately the reception is not good enough for it yet. Not from a smartphone. I'd be able to do a couple of trades and then relax. Yeah, I lie on the beach thinking of a good-looking mermaid coming out of the sea.
Never came.
Never came, nor did my pizza delivery that I ordered.
You don't miss in the food?
No, not at all. I mean, maybe if you had some coffee to have with a meal of a night time, just some black coffee would have been nice, but no, nothing at all. I'm not particularly looking for any special food. I had a cake that you bought me this morning, that was it. I'm pretty okay. Yeah, sunset's very nice, sunrise is nice.
Are you awake for the sunrise?
Every sunrise I'm awake if it's a sun, if you can see the sun. I don't sleep a lot now, and I can sleep daytime or nighttime, so it really doesn't matter to me. I've been all over the world and there's rubbish on all the beaches. Utilise what there is. If you want to go back to the old days, there were more shipwrecks in those days. And if you are really a castaway off a yacht which got smashed on that reef, a lot of stuff would have been washed ashore from that yacht. So you're going to have a lot of things there. So much more fish than there is now. But yes, you can still fish, but it's getting less and less. Yeah, now the weather's got sunny and tropical. It's not so much fun. When it gets a bit windy and a bit more problematic, it's more fun.
More fun. Next island, it must be much more tough.
Much more tough.
Are you ready for that?
Providing it's tough enough.
Big risk.
Life's a risk.